What is up, Heffas and friends? Welcome to another New York adventure with Java and Journeys with Jillian. If you're new here to this channel, how are you doing? My name is Jillian, and y'all, this is my last full day here in New York. I'm actually on a quick lunch break, and because when you're in New York, you try to get some really good New York pizza. That's actually what myself and my sister are going to do. So we are walking over to Joe's Pizza, located off of Broadway. Now, if you happen to catch my last video when we went to go see Stranger Things and grab dinner afterwards, we were hoping to go over to Joe's, but y'all, that line was insane. So we're hoping, because this is lunchtime, that the line won't be as crazy. So we'll see, because the line is hectic, y'all, we may have to just put a chop on that. And then, because it's Java and Journeys with Jillian, what is this channel without a little bit of coffee magic? We're gonna head over to Blue Bottle to grab some of my instant coffee favorites and maybe even grab a latte before I get back to work. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get on this day 3 New York adventure. For those of all who are wondering, this particular location of Joe's Pizza, located off of Broadway, I have heard from some of my other colleagues who live in New York that it's legit. So this is not some sort of tourist trap. And the reason why I've been so concerned about tourist traps is because you all see that the Broadway area is located in Times Square, which is going to be crazy busy, especially around this time of the year since we are in summer. But I'll tell you all, this week in New York has been fantastic in terms of the weather. While yes, it's hot, it's summer, it's not humid, it's so bearable out here. Like yesterday, I literally felt like I could just skid down the sidewalks because it felt like wintertime in Florida. Very warm, but just not super hot and humid. And some of my colleagues have told me, they're like, girl, you are here on a good week, because typically it is crazy humid. So I am super thankful for that we just like unexpectedly hit the timing well to where the heat has not been too much of an issue. And one of my favorite ads that I've seen on the big screen is the mustard Chipotle honey. Of course, I don't know that I am going to get it, but shout out to Kendrick Lamar. And are you all seeing the new Superman? I've heard some good things about it. So drop down in the comments, let me know if you've seen it. I'm curious if it's any good. And y'all, look at this traffic here. I'll tell you that I've only almost nearly gotten hit once. And you hear all the honking and beeping. So I take that as a win. Listen, they don't play here. And I will tell you as a pro tip, do not let other people fool you into when to walk safely across the street. I mean, always you could wait until the light, but most people, especially people who are native to New York, who are used to getting around, if there's no traffic coming, they'll just go ahead and start walking. So just be careful if you decide to take that risk as well when you haven't gotten the signal to go, because that's how I almost managed to get hit, because I was like, oh, someone else is walking, I could probably walk too. But it's all good. I am managing to stay somewhat safe out here. Y'all, there is Joe's Pizza across the way. The line is still pretty long, unfortunately, but this is not nearly as long as it has been. So I think we're just going to stand, see how quickly we can hopefully get through the queue. And ooh, y'all, these bangs with the wind that's kicking up, it's out of control. But we're gonna just see how long it takes for us to get up at the top. Hopefully not too long, fingers crossed, and we can get some good New York style pizza. So I want to show you all the outside of Joe's Pizza as we are actually getting closer to the top of the line. And then you can see down over here, there are some pizza boxes over. And here is how the line is looking. So it's actually gotten a little bit longer. And y'all, when we came out here the other night, it was literally wrapped around the corner of the building, and I was just like, absolutely not. But also, this is just pizza, so the line has actually been going fairly quickly. So I'm looking forward to getting toward the top and seeing what Joe's has to offer. All right, friends, we're toward the top, so let's go ahead and go in and see what it looks like. Check out all the photos and memorabilia on the wall. And then as we get closer to the front of the counter, we'll get a nice shot of that glorious pizza. And you all will probably see here that this space is quite tiny. So we may have to just grab our pizza and eat outside. Unless we're lucky and someone gets up, but it is quite tight. This is the extent of the eating space that's available. Y'all, this pizza looks so good. I'm trying to figure out what slice I'm gonna get. This onion and pepperoni and mushroom is really screaming my name, so I may go for that. But this just looks absolutely delicious.
$5.50 a slice. You want a topping?
And y'all, the pizza is $5.50 a slice. You'll see some of the other prices up here, as some slices are $5.50, just basic cheese $4.50, and you can also order it by the pie, and they also have delivery, it looks like, which is pretty cool. Whitney and I were just saying that had we known they had a delivery option, we probably would have just done that and gotten pizza delivered to the hotel. But it's all good. We're here. It's a part of the experience, and the line really did not take that long at all. And I think it's funny too, because you see all the pizza boxes stacked up here at the top. Friends, we have our pizzas. So my sister went with the classic pepperoni here, which looks delicious, and of course thin in terms of the length of the pizza and even the crust, right? That's like a classic New York slice. And I just ended up going with the mozzarella tomato sauce. I wanted to keep it simple because you all know my philosophy. If you can make something simply, it tastes delicious, then it gives me more faith and confidence that everything else you serve should be on par. So I'm gonna go ahead, try my pizza. And since we're eating outside one-handed, I won't be able to show you or demonstrate to you the flavors and everything while I'm in the midst of trying it, but I'll check back in and let you all know how the pizza is. Y'all, the pizza is delicious. It's crispy, it tastes fresh, the flavors are good, the sauce doesn't taste like it's out of a jar somewhere, all of it is good. And honestly, our wait was not that long. Whitney, how long do you think we were in line? Like 15 minutes? 15 minutes, if that. This is absolutely delicious, and I'll show you all the back of the slices. So you see here, look at how cooked that is. So it's not undercooked pizza. My sister even had a really nice cheese pool with her classic pepperoni slice. Y'all, I am not disappointed in this at all. So if I had to rate it, I would definitely give this a 4 out of 5 minimum, and I probably would give it more. I would just want to try some of the other flavors, but this is absolutely delicious. So I recommend it. If you find yourself over here in New York, you want a great slice, come over here to Joe's, and probably earlier in the day as opposed to later, because that line does get very intense. Y'all, I'm gonna finish working on my pizza, and I'll check back in with you when we are on our way to Blue Bottle to grab some Java. Friends, here is one of the locations. Actually, this was not the location I was thinking about going to, but I'm like, it's still convenient nonetheless. So we're going to try to cross the street and get in line to get some Blue Bottle instant coffee and potentially even a latte. And y'all, I already see that instant coffee, which is really my key priority, but the mug is really cute. Y'all, this is what we came here for. So we're gonna pick up some of our instant coffee and potentially grab latte, something iced preferably. While we wait for our coffee to be made, I went ahead and went with the Nola Shikarato, which is basically the classic Nola coffee. And I believe it also has a hint of like a sweet cream, so I'm looking forward to trying that out. And here is a better view of Blue Bottle. And friends, we have our Nola Shikarato. I cannot wait to try this iced, as well as our instant coffee. So you all know how we like to do things here at Java and Journeys. Here with our coffee, Blue Bottle, like I said before, I've had Blue Bottle in San Francisco. It's absolutely amazing, but this is my first coffee from them because when I went to the stand in San Francisco, literally, I just purchased instant coffee. I didn't actually buy any coffee while I was there. So let's go ahead and cheers to this. Thank you for joining me on this caffeinated New York adventure. Y'all, that is so delicious. Not overly sweet, creamy, refreshing. The chicory, you taste that coming through, those New Orleans flavors with that bit of sweet cream. Y'all, I can't. This is perfect for a very hot summer day. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of this coffee, and I will see you all at Dough. Heffas, we have made it over to Dough, which you can see right across the way. So we are going to try to cross the street here and check out some of the donuts they have going on at Dough. All right, I'll let you guys go. Y'all, here is the outside of Dough. We're going to go ahead and head on in and order a donut. Let's check out the front. Hi, how's it going? And here are all the donuts, and these look so delicious. And I cannot wait to try them out. Y'all, I'm trying to figure out which one I should actually get. What do you all think? What will be the one you would pick out? Friends, we have our donuts from Dough, and I actually ended up getting two different kinds. I got the hibiscus and I got the cafe au lait. I tend to like the fruity iced donuts, especially at like Voodoo or at Donut Star in Portland. They just always seem excellent. So I'm curious to see how Dough compares, especially more so to Blue Star than Voodoo when it comes to flavors. So we will see. I would try them out right now, but y'all, I am still full from lunch and having that pizza. On top of that, that delicious Blue Bottle coffee. So, you got to stay tuned to hear how the donuts turned out, which I will talk about in a future video because I'm saving these partially for my flight tomorrow as well as back home. So y'all, with that being said, thank you so much for joining me on this delicious caffeinated journey here in New York. I'll catch you on the next adventure. If you haven't already, don't forget, hook your girl up by liking, subscribing, sharing, and I'll catch you on the next one.